Okay, so this is QGIS 3.16. Okay, so depend on the software that you are using, depend on the version you are using, it's still the same thing. As I said, I made an explanation yesterday of how we can create a layer, a polygon layer, and then we start digitizing some few things. Okay, but you know, I remember yesterday I just digitized on an empty place, which GIS you don't need to do such assumption. Okay, you need a base map for you to do any work that you want to do. Either you have an estate or you have a particular site somewhere that you want to manage. You need a base map of that site. And that is why you need, first of all, you need to go possibly through your Google Map or Google Earth, as the case may be, depending on the one that you want to use, and search for the location. Possibly pick the coordinates. I sent a video on how you can pick your coordinates with your mobile phone yesterday. Please take your time and watch that particular video. That particular video was we did it for our last class, GIS for Construction Professional. But it's still the same approach. You use your mobile phone. You don't need to buy GPS because of that, because you are not a land surveyor. Okay, so I talk about the level of accuracy. Our own is just for the coordinate to take us to the locations, and we know the boundaries that we are focusing on. So that is all. So without wasting much time, I'll click on new page. Okay. I'll just open a new page. All right. And then I said yesterday that our first thing is to go to project and then click on property so that we select the coordinate references then that we're supposed to use. Okay, and I may mention that we'll focus on WGS, so I'll pick WGS and click OK. All right, now we need a base map. Okay, this is the same satellite image that we access in Google Map or in Google Earth. We need to bring that the same satellite image to QGIS environment so that we can be able to view them here as well. Okay, but you remember yesterday I look for a particular place in Google Earth, and then I kind of demarcate that particular place and then export it as KMZ, right? If you watch that video, you see it. I exported it as KMZ. That KMZ need to be loaded into this particular place, okay? But before you load it, okay, you need to actually load that satellite image here. So how do you do that? Now, this is layer, right? Where when I created the layer yesterday, it's show here, this is layer panel, okay? Now this is browser panel. I click on browser, okay? And then we have XYZ ties, okay? Now under my XYZ tie, I discover that I have Google Map and then I have a stressed map, okay? Depend, now if you install 3 points above, possibly if you go to your XYZ now, you see something, okay? But in case it's not there, you can connect it yourself. Even when you have, it's possible it's the Google Street Map that you'll be showing there, you will not have the satellite image. So you need to add it yourself. So how do you do that? Now I already have it, okay? I don't need to add another one, but I'm going to show you the step on how you can add it. You click on the XYZ size, okay? You click on it and right click, and then you click on new connection. Okay, you click on new connection, you want new connection, you click on it. Then under the new connection, the name, what is the name of that particular satellite image that you want to? Let's assume it's Google Map. I can now type Google Map. You can type any name, you can just call it your map, any name. There's no, as far as you just write something here, it's okay. Then this is URL. So now I need to paste the link to that Google Map. Now, normally, if you want to get the link of the Google Map, you can just go to your Chrome and then open the Google Map and copy that link, okay? And then paste. But normally, most of those links did not work, okay? So now, there are specific links that you can easily work that we are 100% sure of it, okay? So now, how do you access those links? I have in our YouTube, we have already provided those links for you. So just go there and then pick it. I'm going to show you how you can use it now. I'll just leave this environment and share my Chrome for you so that you can see the particular link for our channel there. So I'll share, let me stop this, and then I'll share my Chrome. Okay, now this is about our YouTube channel. Okay, this is our YouTube channel. You can just type Card Structure Technology on YouTube. You can see it here, Card Structure, okay? Card Structure Technology, you can see it there. So now if you type this Card Structure Technology on YouTube, you go there. Now you scroll down, you see how to load satellite image street map on QGIS 3.10. There's a particular video that shows 2.18 above 2.18, which that one, it has to do with blogging. But from 3.10 above, you can just use this SYZ ties. Okay, so what did you need to do? You must not watch the video, because if you understand the step from this our training now, you don't need to watch the video. So just click on show more here. Then you have this link, because we provide the link at the end of our video. Okay, but if you get confused, you can actually watch the video. It's the same thing I'm trying to show you now. It's the same thing that is in the video as well. So now if you look at these are different available. We have roadmap. Okay, we have terrain. If you want to load the terrain, you can just copy this link and paste it there. If you want to load alternate roadmap, you want to load satellite only. Okay, satellite only, and then we have terrain only, and then we have hybrids. Hybrid also another kind of satellite image as well. You can read more about them and understand them. So I'll just copy it. Let's say satellite only. I can just copy it. You see, I copied only the link. I did not copy the write-up here, satellite only. I copy only the link. So I'll click on copy. So I can go back to, I just copy from here, then I'll go back to my QGIS. So I'm sharing the QGIS environment now. QGIS. Okay, so this is where we are. So are you seeing my QGIS environment? Please, can somebody answer?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
so now so now we are in QGIS now. We go to that place just to copy the URL, right? So I'll just paste the URL here. Okay, now let me just separate it. Let me just use another name so that I can just add it. So this is Google Map, and then I add X because I've already have Google Map here so that it will not cause confusion there, right? So I just use X so that I can be able to add it again because I already have Google Map. So now I've kept it, I paste the link, then I'll just click OK. All right. So now, as you can see, we have the Google Map here, which is the X. This is the one I just added, Google Map, which with X at the end, because I already have Google Map here. So what if you load it, if you successfully load it, what you need to do only is to click, hold your click down, just hold it down and drag and drop on this environment. Just drag, hold it down and drop it. Okay. Remember, you need to connect to the internet. So you see, it has loaded to the place, right? So you can zoom. If you look at this place, this is Africa, right? Then you zoom to your location. And this is one of the reasons why you need to have KMZ file from the location, except if you have a coordinates. Okay, except if you have a coordinate that you want to impute. But if you're not having a coordinate, you can just export your KMZ from there. So how do you bring in your KMZ? You remember we exported the KMZ yesterday, which if you watch that video, you understand. If you watch our yesterday video, you definitely understand it. So I'll go to, but you understand, I've successfully loaded our satellite image on our QGIS environment. So I'll go to layer, okay? And then yesterday we created the layer, but instead of creating now, we add layer, right? And then I'll go to add vector layer. If you remember, I talked about vector yesterday, which is our point, line, and polygon. Okay, and we exported polygon yesterday. So I'll add vector layer. Okay, and then this is this environment, the vector data set. I'll click on this button here. Okay, and then I'll go to download. Okay, now if you remembered, I named it as plot one yesterday. You see, this is yesterday, plot one. This is it, .kml, right? You click on it and then click open. All right, and then I click add. Polygon points, have both points, so I can load 2 of them. Okay, then after that, just close. So I'll go back to the layer now. So you see them here. We have point and then have polygon, because you remember yesterday I placed a point yesterday before I digitized that polygon, right? So now how do you go to that place? Because if you start zooming now, for you to locate this thing, it will be very difficult. So you click on the layer, any of those layers that I just load, click on it, right click. Okay, when you click on it, then you right click, and then you click on zoom to layer. I should zoom it to this layer. So I'll click and then zoom us to that layer. So you see, this, if you remember, this is where we are in our Google Earth yesterday. If you remember vividly, this is where we are. So you see, this is a particular property that we digitized yesterday. Now, that is to say you have your property now, you have your boundary in QGIS. Okay, it's no longer in that SY, but you know, for search, because for search, it is easier to do your search. Maybe you are looking for a particular property, or you are looking for a particular estate, or a particular facilities that you want to manage. It is easier to do the search, locating those properties with satellite image, than do it straight here in QGIS, right? But now, in terms of the analysis, arranging them, creating, adding attribute information, it is QGIS, which is the software that you can be able to use to do all those things successfully. That is why it is better you do it here. Okay. Are you understanding me? Are you hearing me? I hope you guys are following. Or am I fast? Because actually I don't want to be fast today, so that everybody can be able to understand. Are you hearing me?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, you are hearing me, right?
I can hear you, but it's like I am lost.
Okay, I understand. But you are seeing my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, where did you lost? Which aspect, which area?
Okay, I lost right from the XYZ connections.
Wow.
I was able to open it. I got my I've named the Google map, but to get the URL, I didn't get how you said I can pick that before.
I told you that
continued.
You need to, yes, okay, I understand you. More preferably, you know, based on, if you said we should follow as I'm doing it, you know, this is an online class, right? If you say that as I'm doing it,
yes,
following it to meet up with you doing it there, it might not be able to get it. So I think more preferably, you just listen to what I'm saying, then you follow all those steps. As far as you're having that video, at the end, you can at the same time follow the videos and do that same thing. You understand? Because if we
okay,
say,
I've not gotten the video too. Yesterday's video, I've not gotten it.
Yes, yet. I explained from the beginning of this class. Now I told you that the reason why we have not sent is because I need to edit them. We need to do an adjustment, which we are going to send it as.
All right.
Yes, that is the reason why we have not sent yesterday video. So okay. I told you for the link, we make the link available in one of our YouTube channel video where we show how you can load this satellite image on your QG so that you can copy it. You can also, on your own, you can try to copy the link straight from the Google Earth straight. You know, when you open something on browser, there's a link at the top, right? You can copy straight and try it and see. Most of those things did not work perfectly. Okay, it did not work perfectly. That is why we make those links easy out there. Those links, as far as you copy those links, we are sure that it will work. Okay, So you can try it on your own.
Right,
You try some things so that you're not just based on what we said here. Okay. So we continue. I just loaded our KML that we exported yesterday to this, so that we can be able to zoom to this particular property that is our focus in terms of managing. Okay. So I have this property now here.
right, sir.
Yes. So now the next thing to do is that let's assume you see that this is a polygon that covered this particular property. Okay. Now let's assume it's an estate that you want to manage. Now the polygon have already covered the estate, or it have already covered the particular property that you want to manage, right? So we need to make this polygon transparent. Okay. Instead of showing with this fill color like this, we can remove the fill color and just put only the outline so that we can be able to see what is under it. Okay, that is the next step we are going to do, which has to do with, they call it symbology in GIS. Symbology has to do with changing colors, changing styles of your layers and all that. So I double click on this layer. Okay, I double click on it. And then you wait for it to load. Okay, so this is the layer. Now, as you can see, we have information, we have source, then we have symbology. Okay, so now we are reading symbology. This is label, but we are making use of symbology for now, right? So I'll click on symbology. Now, under this simple field, you just click on it. Okay, simple field, you click on it. Then we have fill color. Okay, under the fill color, let's assume if not that you want to make it transparent, you just want to change the color, you can click and change it to any color you want. Okay, and then click OK, and the color will change. Okay, you can change it to any color you want, depending on what you want to do. But at this time around, we want to make it transparent. We want to remove that fill color so that we have only the outline, so that we can see what is inside this our compound. So I'll click on the fill color again, then on the simple field, then under the fill color, I'll click on this arrow here, and then on top here you see transparent. Okay, transparent fill. I'll click on transparent fill. You see that, look at the preview here. This place now become an outline, right? The fill color is no longer there. Now your outline also can be changed. Okay, your outline also can be changed. So I'll click on colored. Okay, I'll click on the colored, I change it to blue. Okay, and then I can increase the thickness. Okay, I can increase the thickness of your outline, possibly the thickness of your line now. So I increase it. Okay, then I click OK. So you can see now it become outline, and then you can be able to see our property, our building, that we have 3 buildings here. Now, you remember yesterday we actually created a polygon. Okay, we actually created a polygon. Now you have an estate. Now let's assume we have 2 properties here. We want to manage them. Now, first of all, you actually need to digitize them. When I mean digitize, now draw. Okay, I told you about yesterday that I'm going to be using the word digitize, which is draw, right? So now I need to, for example, I'm having one particular building here, which is assumed as one unit of the estate, and then I have another one here. If you look at the view here, we will have some structure here. Possibly it's going to be the generator house, and then we have something here, and then we have something here. Possibly is a security house. Okay, but in satellite image, in Google Earth, it is more clearer, right? You agree with me that it's more clearer. So on that place, you can actually see everything and understand everything that to do. That is if at all you don't know the structure. But in this case now, you know the structure physically, you know the site physically, you know the facility physically. So you are not guessing. You understand? But this one I'm guessing because I don't know this particular project, I don't know this particular building or this particular compound here. I don't know it, that's why I'm guessing. But if it is your site, if it is your facility, if it is your estate, you know it. So we are not guessing. So we assume this is the security house. This is a generator, possibly the generator, and then this is the 2 unit of estate that we have, or 2 unit of building that we have in this environment. So now, I'll go back and create a polygon now. So I will go to layer, right? We did this yesterday, right? I'll go to create, and then I'll click on new shapefile. I made mention yesterday that shapefile is a file format for vectors in GIS. Okay, so okay, I'll click on. Sorry. So some of this Zoom stuff is blocking my. All right, so I'll click on this button here, because now if you type the file name here direct, remember we did this yesterday. If you type the file name here direct, it will save, it will definitely work, but you will not know the location of your layer. Okay, so you need to get control the management of your data. So that's why you actually need to browse to a particular folder where you'll be saving your data so that you have access to it. You know where it is. You are not guessing, right? So I'll click on this browser here. Okay, now if you remember yesterday, we created a folder on my desktop, right? And then the folder name is GIS folder. And inside the GIS folder, I created a folder called SHP, and then I created a folder called project, where I say that the project is your whole project being saved. Now, then the map is after we finish all our analysis, everything, and then we produce a final map. Okay, we are going to use that. We're going to do that in our composer. Okay, so I'll go back to the shapefile again. Okay, then I call it building. Okay, let me call it building, right? And then I click save, right? It has saved to this place. Now the geometry type, we'll select polygon, right? We'll select polygon, and then the coordinate reference system is WGS, we'll leave it there. Okay, now this is new field. We did not do this yesterday, right? This is new field. New field, now we are talking about attribute information, right? Which is exactly what we are trying to do for this GIS for facility management. It's about you adding information to your geometry, okay? Geographic information system. It's about adding information to that geometry that you are about to draw. So now what information are you going to add? Let's say, how will I, because this is an estate now, right? This is an estate. The estate is already belonging to one person. So we don't need to put name of the owner already. Okay, we don't need to put name of the owner because we already know the name, because it's one property. We want to work within an estate now. So I can just say building number, build underscore NO, right? Building number, that's the number of that within that estate, the building number. Then now, if you're writing building number, it's not supposed to be alphabet, right? It's going to be a figure, right? So we cannot use text. So I'll use whole number, right? It cannot be decimal because building number cannot be 1 point something, right? It's a number. So it's a whole number. So I'll select whole number. The length is how long do you think that you have plenty number that you have up to 1,000. If you are having up to 1,000 or even up to 1 million, even when you are having up to 1 million, 10, the length of 10 can also cover because it's the number of the figures, the length of it. Okay, so 10 is okay. And then the precision is not active because it's not a decimal. As when you use decimal, it will give you room for precision for you to add points. So how many decimal figures, significant figures or something, or decimal number you are going to have. So I'll click, okay, whole number already, and then I'll add to field lists. So building number have been added. Now, under the building number, after the building number, number of room, okay, number of, possibly number number NO, because you have to short it because it has a length of alphabet that it will carry, right? So number underscore bed, okay, number underscore BED, that is number of bedroom, right? Number underscore BED underscore R. I'm just using so that it will be shortened. You are the one that is doing your analysis, so you know you can at the end create your own key to know what exactly your database is carrying. This is a simple database we are creating, right? It's a database that we are creating. Now this is the attribute information, right? So I'll click on the same now number, which is the number of the room, right? Then it's still going to be whole number. So I'll click on add to field list. Okay. Then I will click on which other attribute information, number of room, number of bedroom, possibly number of living room, or instead of that, differentiating the number of bedroom, number of single room, number of toilet and all that, you can actually categorize them as number of rooms so that you can actually put that. But depend on how big your estate is, how you want to manage it, you understand? So you can create number underscore toilets, on how many toilets and all that, okay? And at the same time, I can add in that space size, let's say the area of that particular building, the area of the building. So I'll click area. Now, this is the area, right? Now, in this area now, we will not use whole number because it's possible you can have so points, right? So we'll not use whole number. So I'll use this man. And then we'll talk about precision. I can leave the precision to be 2. So let's assume we have 30 point something square meter, you understand, depend on what your size of your building. So I'll click add to field lists. Okay, then so now you discover that it will now be required all the attribute information, all the things that you think you need to get as a facility manager or as an estate manager, all the information you feel that you need, you require, you fill all of them, you add all of them to here. There are thousands of information you add. Possibly you are interested in knowing all the fittings, okay, the electric fittings, the number of bulbs in the room, the fan, okay, is there fan, or is that if you are the one that furniture the estate, you can put the number of chairs, number of tables and all that. So as you digitize it now, you fill all of them. Okay, so adding this one so that will not waste time in creating all those things, so that on your own you can add more features that you feel that is okay. Then I'll click OK from here. Okay, so now you see that another layers have been added called building. So I'll click on building now. If you remembered yesterday, I click on the building. That is to say, click on the layer that you want to use, right, to start editing. So I click on this pencil sign here, which is toggle edit, which means start editing. I'll click edit, okay, and then I'll go to add polygon, right? Toggle edit, then click on add polygon. Then you zoom to this your building very well. If you look at this building, I'll click, I'll take it to this side, I'll take it to this side, I'll take it to this side, this side, this side, this side. You understand? I just put it based on the shape that I can be able to understand. So now I have it. Now the number of building number, let's say I call this as 1. Okay, or you can call it possibly 1. Let me just put 1. Okay, or depend on the number of bedroom or number of room. Let's say it's 5 bedroom. Okay, possibly 5 bedroom, 1 parlor, and all those kind of things. Depend on how you want to categorize your database. Place, you actually need to add more features. You don't need to restrict yourself to what I'm saying. You add more because You cannot use this small data that you are managing any facilities. You need to add enough. So you need to sit down and know exactly what you need. Okay, what information you need to have in the comfort of your office without necessarily going to the site before you can show your client, before you can show your customers or your boss. Okay, because the essence of all those things is that somebody wants to buy a property, you must not go to the site. You can have everything. As we continue here, we'll see how we can add the pictures. You can add the pictures of all your facilities. The person can see everything about the building without you going to the site, so that you see everything. And then if the person is interested, if the person wants to actually buy the property or is interested in renting the property, then you go to the site. Okay, so that use the power of technology to actually reduce the cost of your management. So now the area. Now, definitely, we don't know the area of this property. So we'll not just come and start calculating the areas. The software will automatically give you the area, so you don't need to calculate it here. Okay, after finishing all your digitizing, it will automatically calculate the area for you. So you can calculate the whole area at once, so you don't need to be putting area on your own. Okay, the only thing you put is the number of the building. The software cannot tell you the number of the building number, right? You are the one that is assigning an ID to it. And then at the same time, the number of rooms, the software cannot tell you because you did not input anything. You are using the satellite base map, right? So there's no magic there. It's what you give the software, that is what you receive when you are in your office, because you are the one creating the database. So I'll click OK. Right? Now, I have this now. And then you do the same thing to the second one. Okay? Digitize. Okay, and then number of room 2, number of building number 2, number of room, let's say 5, the same thing, and then I click OK. Now, if you click on this line now I want to explain something before, because we are coming to the end of this section. I want to click on this line, this building that we just created. Now, remember, there's a save here, close to this toggle edit. Make sure you click on this save, because you are saving this layer. So even though you do not use this save up here or this save under the project, which is saving your whole project, if you use this save here, you have saved the layer, you have not lost any data. Because even when you open a new QGIS, you can load that layer by go to layer, add vector layer, and browse to this folder where we add this building and add it. You will not lose any data. But if you not save this one and you save this one, you are still going to lose your data. So remember, this save under the edit is more important than saving the whole project itself. You understand? So make sure you click, after you edit anything, you make any edit, make sure you click on this save. Please, a lot of students make that mistake. When you give them assignment to do, they will do, and then at the end, they did not click save, and then they'll start complaining. Okay? So this is how you digitized, or how you create your polygon, or how you create information about your facilities in a particular site. The same thing applies to construction site. This is your proposed building. This is where you put your gravel. This is your security post. This is your office. So if you are doing a site layout, you can still use the same method to actually create. This is you can create there's a road here, you can create your access road. This is your security post. This is where you put your crane. You understand? So yeah, you do all those analysis with just a click, you can actually have information to it. So that ends our first section. Okay, I'm going to end this video and then we'll be back in the next 5 minutes. As I said, there'll be room for a few questions, but it's actually when I know there are some things that you not get right, but actually when